Hello everyone, I am Mrs. Esther Messi. Welcome back to another session of Lesson 1, The Rise of Nationalism in Europe.
Today we will study about unification of Italy. During the middle of 19th century, Italy was divided into 7 states, out of which only one state, Sardinia Piedmont, was ruled by an Italian princely house. Contribution of famous personality in unification of Italy were Giuseppe Mazzini. During the 1830s, Giuseppe Mazzini had sought to put together a coherent program for a unitary Italian republic. He formed two underground societies: first, Young Italy in Marseilles, and second, Young Europe in Berne. Metternich described him as the most dangerous enemy of our social order, Count Camillo de Cavour. The unification of Italy owned much of the diplomacy of the chief minister Cavour, who became the prime minister of Piedmont from 1852 to 1860. Through an tactful diplomat alliance with the France engineered by Cavour, Sardinia Piedmont succeeded in defeating the Austrian forces in 1859. Giuseppe Garibaldi. He was a central figure in the unification of Italy. In 1833, he met Mazzini and joined the Young Italy movement. He participated in the Republican uprising in Piedmont in 1834. In 1854, he supported Victoria Emmanuel II for his effort to unify the Italian states. In 1860, he led the famous expedition of the Thousand of South Italian with the Red Shirt Army. In 1867, he led the army to Rome to fight for Papal States, where a French garrison was stationed. In 1870, France withdrew its troops and Papal States were finally joined to Italy. Obstacle in the way of the Italian unification. Division of Italy into many states. The division of Italy into many states and their mutual quarrels rendered Italy quite weak. Foreign rule. Foreign countries like France and Austria established their rule over a great part of Italy. Napoleon, the French emperor, had conquered the whole of Italy. Thus, the foreign rule was a great hurdle in the way of the Italian unification. Congress of Vienna. After the downfall of Napoleon, the Congress of Vienna once again divided Italy into small states and thus played a great havoc with the task of Italian unification. The Pope of Rome. The Pope of Rome was keeping Rome and its adjoining territories under his dominance. As such, he was also proving a great hurdle in the way of the Italian unification. Reactionary rules. Reactionary rules in most of the Italian states were also providing a great hurdle in the way of Italian unification. Different stages in the unification of Italy. The credit for the unification of Italy goes to the Sardinian Prime Minister Cavour, who, like the German Chancellor Bismarck before him, adopted a similar policy of war and diplomacy. By supporting France and England against Russia in the Crimean War, by supporting France and England against Russia in the Crimean War, 1854 to 1856, Cavour had extracted their reciprocal support against Austria. In 1859 AD, he attacked Austria and got Lombardy from Sardinia. Later on, the state of Tuscany, Modena, Parma, and the Papal state also joined hands with Sardinia. Meanwhile, Garibaldi marched into the island of Sicily and later on into Naples with his revolutionary forces and liberated these kingdoms to join Sardinia. In 1866 AD, as a result of the Prusso-Austrian War, Venetia was also given to Sardinia for rendering help to Bismarck. Subsequently, in 1870 AD, France vacated Rome during the Franco-Prussian War. Thus, Rome also became a part of Sardinia, and in this way, the final unification of Italy was also achieved in 1871 AD.
I hope you all have understood this much. We'll continue this lesson in my next video. Thanks for watching.